No
All
King's
right,
Pass.
TB. I mean, he had success with core versus the last Scarlet he played. Why not play more?
Yeah,
So,
oddly enough, no longer the Dobrain core tournament that we were expecting, but the TB core tournament, as he has only played Hattori once throughout the entire thing, and Lance opening up with nairs, three nairs.
oh my god,
geez,
this
Lance.
he does that, man.
Oh no, down Lance as well. He's just having a lot of fun with that move, getting a little dizzy as he's finding himself spinning around. Wow, that nair actually hitting into the Lance as he tosses it upwards. And TB finally gets a little bit of damage of his own, but Lance has nothing to do with those gauntlet combos, knows how to dodge out of them. Weapon toss recovery comes out, and Lance is brought into the red already.
It doesn't look like Lanz knows how to dodge out of him, actually. He got out of it because TB messed his combo up initially.
But we'll see if that happens then. Stop.
That will be a kill.
Stop.
So far,
will do it.
the combos are 2 for 2 on gauntlets. Ooh, Haymaker actually puts Lanz into the orange.
Into an end sig, wow.
Sig.
That's one way to be able to come back from a stock deficit is TB actually gets the
side
air.
air.
Wow, and he doesn't even dodge.
Really?
What? TB gets a lot of crazy reads on the Lance there, and it's almost like that first stock didn't even happen. Like, I could say that Lance significantly outplayed TB on that first stock, and then TB just comes back and hits him with 3 huge moves. And that's it.
That was massive. Yeah.
And you're right, he's not dodging out these as he finds another nair combo, and that... Wow, that N-Sig actually catches Lance from the top. Oh no, weapon toss puts TB into a dangerous position, but he makes it back, and TB showing off a few special maneuvers. You're right, that's another side light into a nair, into a down air. Puts Lance off the stage. He's not dodging out of these core combos.
Yeah, I mean, Zaichu at least dodged out of it. I feel like Lanz is finding more, or he was finding more hits in the first stock, but he didn't find anything that stock. Yeah, TB went from white to early yellow for that entire stock that Lanz had. He isn't finding much more, and it's looking like maybe TB's just really comfortable versus Scarlet when he's playing core.
Yeah, Lanz putting out the hammer down airs, but they're not quite working out. These down airs are coming out left and right. TB, however, finds that side air. Recovery's thrown out. Weapon toss recovery comes out from Lance, but TB is a solid stock ahead, and he's not getting hit by too many combos here from Lance as he holds on to the gauntlets. It would help if Lance knew how to dodge out of those siders as well, but an N-Sig comes out raw, puts him into the orange, tries to throw out another one, doesn't work out. Downlight gets punished by that ground pound from TB as TB just flying in with his gauntlets. Tries to go in for a side, light doesn't connect. Put into the red, recovery put out, but TB finds a nice D-light sider. There it is! Finally dodges out of it. Doesn't get hit by that air follow-up.
Alright. Lanz is finding the damage this stock, but like he's still down a whole stock. So he does find that. That doesn't kill though. The ground pound will do it. Okay. So he has a chance here, but he's really far behind. It's gonna be tough. He's gonna have to pull off some really good strings.
Yeah, recovery comes out. Lance tries to get him with the weapon toss. He's getting followed up on the side here. Puts Lance into the island. Oh, TB goes low, but he is...
That's it.
He gets the GC side sig, smashes him off the map. It'd be kind of cool if that skin featured that as like an ice ball instead of like... Well, I guess it's technically not an ice core. I'm not sure what it is, but it's...
I mean, that's supposed to be like a magma core, isn't it?
I think
but
so.
Because of the colors, it's more icy than magma.
Yeah, and... game 1 ends up going over to TB with a solid GC side sig. It's kind of cool because TB is not spamming these signatures, and he's landing them. Like, he used one end sig on the gauntlets near the island, and it was crazy. And it put Lance into a position to where he was ready to get punished, and he's actually doing quite well with core.
Yeah, I mean, DB putting a stop to this Lance thing, not Lanz thing, but Lance thing in general that was coming up, and it looks like he's willing to just keep doing it. Like, I guess Lanz has to figure something out, because everyone's been struggling against these gauntlets.
Specifically from the likes of TB as well, as TB picks up the gauntlets once again, finally having them as Lance no longer gets that break that he had at the beginning of this match. Lance is still being put out with side airs over and over again, and an air connects, and TB tries to open up the side light. Lance isn't actually getting hit by any combos yet, as he finds multiple... Wow, that ground pound dodge at the last second from TB is actually punished, but TB just kills himself.
Alright, yeah.
Unfortunate
So...
death.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me in the least.
Why is that?
So one thing that a lot of people,
A lot of people.
I lost my train of thought.
Oh, well, you say it isn't surprising the least that TB died to that. Something like that. Anyways, down sig throws out from Lanz, and TB tries to go in for the ground pound. A nice GC side sig once again. Excellent. TB's been using that to great accord as we showed that he got that KO in last Twilight Grove, and he was actually able to get that off on Lanz as well as he goes for a weapon toss into an air. TB.
Whoa, okay.
That ends.
So that neutral sig hits, and then he gets the follow-ups there. And TB's not far behind at all. Okay, and he has gauntlets too, so that's a big plus.
So TB goes in for the end light. Recovery comes up from Lanz. Double recovery. Bomb goes onto the ground. Hammer in hand. Goes into that end sig, and TB tries to go for an air. Multiple nairs are being thrown out, but none of them connecting. And Lanz throws out a down sig. Gets that side light and actually gets a nice pivot down sig. Sends TB flying. Still has
Into the bomb.
He side airs into a bomb.
So yeah, guys, Gauntlet Cider has like some of the worst recovery frames I've ever seen out of a move. Like, it's actually awful. You get stuck for like a full second after using it. So if you're trying to recover with it like you do with the Lance, you can end up screwing yourself over because it locks you into that animation for so long.
Like we saw just there. He goes for that recovery into there, however, when he connects. But yeah, Gauntlet recovery is a little interesting. You can't be too open with those moves, as we saw.
Gauntlet recovery is garbage, actually. Like, that's the whole thing that balances it. You know what? Oh my god, it reminds me of Little Mac from Smash.
Oh jeez, and that's exactly kind of the feel that people get from Gauntlets, isn't it? He goes for that nair, goes for the ground pound as well. Cider comes out, and TB
might get it. He gets the ground pound, just raw. Okay, that finishes it off. So he is in deep red.
He's gonna need to go for some crazy Gauntlet combos here, and Lance is gonna have to dodge out on none of them as he wants to come back in this game. Cider's put out. Lance gets that N-Sig. No.
All right, so that'll be it. Now here's the question: does TB stick with Core because of the success he found in Game 1? Or does he switch to Hattori now? This is best of 5.
This is best of 5. So he has the opportunity to stay on Core. That's the thing that he's probably thinking. Because he's like, he wants to bring out the Hattori if he's on match point. But he might want to try to be able to use that Core. But maybe he felt like he couldn't do anything as Lance adjusted properly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Little Mac can't play in the air, like, at all. And Gauntlets are actually kind of... Well, I wouldn't even say Gauntlets are that good in the air. Like, their Cider's okay, but again, they have
I think Gauntlets have a lot of good follow-ups in the air, but a lot of the things that Gauntlets start with are on the ground.
Like, what is Gauntlet... Like, the only good aerial move that Gauntlets have is Dare. And even then, it's worse than Gun Dare. Does less damage, has less range. So it's a lot weirder, I guess.
3, 2,
because on top of that, you have way more characters playing in the air in Brawlhalla than Smash.
True.
It is a cool comparison, though, because that is the feel that I get.
Especially considering how linear that recovery is, quite literally. And then Weapon Toss comes out, and Nair comes out. Both players scooping at the same time, not getting either one. And Lance taking a damage deficit the first time. Hammer lands on TB's head, but he doesn't get anything in the scoop. Goes into the Nair follow-up. Nair doesn't connect, but Lance already being brought into the orange here as TB goes for that reverse side stick. Side stick doesn't connect, and another side stick being thrown from TB. The first time I've seen him fish for signatures all tournament. Actually gets him a little bit punished. Dodges out of the way of that side light. Very good by Lance. But the side stick catches him and probably KOs.
Yeah, Lanz actually had his recovery, but he got spooked by the ground pound and ended up daring away. So Lanz with a big deficit here.
Weapon Toss as well as TB. Also the Gauntlets. Weapon Toss comes out as well. Goes for that reverse Nair. Nair doesn't connect. TB. Solid stock lead over Lance, but Lance is trying to make quick work of that as he gets 2 scoops in a row. TB nearly brought into the red. Tries to go for a third down air. Pivot down sig coming out from Lance, and that doesn't connect, but it's still pretty flashy nonetheless. And a side light into Nair comes out, puts Lance into the yellow. Another Nair combo.
Yeah, Lance doesn't... Oh, that's the first time he's dodged out of it. He's learning. Okay.
Down sig comes out. Lance sends TB flying. Tries to charge up another down sig. TB just gets ground pounded. Like,
he just warons. He's like, all right, this guy's not dodging or anything. I'm just gonna jump off and ground pound. That was funny. All right, so I mean, Lanz was down a huge amount, but he gets hit by that combo again. Yeah.
Ooh,
It's hard to
staying on the
say.
side of the stage. Wow, TB actually throws the gauntlets away. Oddly enough, it's weird. What is TB doing? Goes for the recovery, picks up the hammer, goes for that side sig. He's kind of putting himself in a position to lose his lead here.
I mean, he gained his lead already. He has hammer, and hammer is probably more comfortable for him than gauntlets.
Ooh, recovery
Goes for
catches
that
him out of the ground pound and puts him into the orange. Lance goes for the down sig. Side sig will do
Side
it.
sig.
That side sig's crazy quick and easy to KO with. That is for sure.
Yeah, that's probably the most consistent signature by far on core, and it's so good for killing. Okay. So TB is an orange, but I mean he's not taking any more damage, and he's racking a lot of damage onto Lance right now.
Lance tosses the weapon up, picks up the hammer, goes for the scoop. TB gets a down air, tries to follow him towards the stage, and TB having no difficulty throwing out those moves. He actually gets punished with a nice recovery from Lance, but that doesn't kill, and TB goes for a weapon toss into a nair, or end light rather. Weapon toss, D-light nair comes out, and Lance goes out for another ground pound. Doesn't work out either, and TB looking to put Lance into the red on this last stock as Lance tosses the mine onto the island. TB, gauntlet in hand, actually stops that signature coming out from with a nice side air and goes, oof, really kills himself. Wait, he does.
He does kill himself.
TB.
Okay.
I thought he touched the. I think even he. I thought he touched the wall, but he definitely didn't. He just falls down beneath the
Yeah,
stage.
I guess he did. Well, TB dies. That's the second time he's killed himself. And hopefully he doesn't make it a third time this game, because he has a huge lead, and losing this would be pretty bad. But the side air
Lance has
doesn't
the opportunity
do
to
it.
recover. Oh, oof, gets a nice side air after that. Be able to make it back onto the stage. Put some damage on the TB to prevent the JV. Weapon toss goes down. Lance trying to do his best to make it back in this game. His recovery connects with him, and he holds onto the hammer. TB waits patiently, gets a side air.
Yeah, that's it. So Lanz loses. He's now down 2-0.
2-1.
Or 2-1, sorry. So I guess TB made the right call not switching characters and sticking with the core. I mean, it's clearly working for him. Perhaps Twilight Grove is really good for gauntlets, though. Because, I mean, TB's been picking it every time he can. That's why we've been seeing it so much.
I hope
And
that
now
Lance...
he bans it? What? Oh, no, that's Thunder. I'm
No,
stupid.
I really hope that Lance knows that once his opponent wins on a map, he doesn't have to go back to that map. Like, he has the option to ban that in addition to his 2 bans. Unless he just likes
Yeah,
to
but
go
he
to
didn't.
Twilight.
Lance
No, he
wants
just-
to try Hall.
Literally saying try it. Because he wants to kind of figure out this matchup there.
Yeah, Gauntlet throw sounds sound weird because it shares the same hit sound with axe, and that's weird because it's not an axe. It's like
I guess it makes sense with this
3,
particular
2,
skin,
1,
because even though it's not it is magma, but in this way it looks
yeah,
like
but it sounds
ice.
like metal, but it's not metal. It's supposed to be rock.
That's true. It definitely does need an update as TB.
It should share the same sound as the hammer throw. Like here, let's see if we can hear this. Hold up. Come on, Lance. Throw the hammer. Come on, Lance. Yeah, that sound? That would be. I think that would work on the gauntlets. Right?
Well, they did say they were going to update it. There was something that was
Yeah.
mentioned on the Brawlhalla circuit, so it's something we can worry about too later. But TB losing out on his first stock here as he throws in the weapon. Down sig actually comes out as he slides off that platform, and TB taking a decent amount of damage here as he's looking to lose his first stock. Lance making the Great Hall work, but that sidelight in there will put Lance beneath the stage. Ground pound comes out. Oh no! What? He just.
So TV chases him all the way down, but he
To his
doesn't
death.
cancel it fast enough, and he ends up dying.
So TV trying to stop Lance from recovering now as weapon toss comes out.
no!
Lance.
All right, well, Lanz isn't getting too big of an advantage from this. It's still a pretty close game.
True. TB puts out that side sig, however, and gets hit by that down light into down sig. Lance puts him into the yellow, but he's not getting too much damage onto Lance here. And Lance tries to go for an air. TB just tosses the hammer straight up. Side air connects, tosses the hammer over Lance's head as a side air
Finds
will
a side
definitely do
air.
it. Oh no, Lance
not.
just jumps back. Oh gosh, dive kick comes out. Lance is trying to do a little bit more with the stock recovery. Doesn't KO, and Lance holding onto his stock as long as possible. Goes underneath the Great Hall, bumps his head. TB misses that dive kick, kicks at the hammer, and an end light comes out. That puts TB into the orange. That's pretty big for Lance.
That's actually, yeah, that's massive. He manages to hold on to the stock even longer. and he gets a neutral light and a dare. That's 45 more damage. Can he rack up even more?
TV trying to get back on the stage, tosses the gauntlet aside, picks them back up. Lance trying to go for the stop. The scoop comes out. He might actually take a
more
stock.
Damage.
You might actually take a stock before losing this. Side air comes
Side air,
out.
that's 20 damage. This guy's he's going crazy, man. He should have died so long ago.
I think TB's thinking the same thing and puts out that down sig. Doesn't catch him, but TB goes for that GCN sig for some reason, and the scoop will do it.
Be right back.
So TB goes in for that side air. Lance gets hit by the side air. Bomb in hand, goes to the bomb trade. Even though the force has been nerfed, that will do it. TB's killed at the top, and Lance got a solid stock lead after that SD earlier on, or Z rather, from the Gauntlet ground pound and Ions. Tries to go for a recovery and a down air, and to a ground pound. TB goes for a weapon toss and nearly tries to kill Lance really early there as he gets the recovery, going insane with these gauntlets. Has them tossed aside now, and Lance is trying to get some damage on the TB, but TB has been doing great on the stock so far. Recovery comes out from TB as he holds on to these gauntlets. Another recovery. Lance is looking to lose the stock here really quickly as TB, even though he was a solid stock behind, is doing a lot of work with these gauntlets. Side sig does it, kills him off the side of the map, and TB denies all the weapons from Lance. Lance did nothing that stock. He got a side air, and that was it. TB tries to go for the nair there as Lance gets a bomb onto TB. That will do a little bit of work for Lance, but side air comes out from TB into recovery. Lance has the Lands. Lanz has the Lands. And a side air from TB leads up into a ground pound into an end sig. TB evens it up right away. Doing great with these gauntlets. If TB wins this, he moves on 3-1 to grand finals to face against whoever it is that comes to losers bracket, which is anybody's game. And a lot of terrors have been sent into there fairly early on. And TB holding on to the hammer throws out a side air. No, side sig. Both players lifting their signatures. Lance gets the stop. Side air has the opportunity to end the stock as he goes for the chase dodge weapon throw. TB makes it back on the stage. Lance in hand goes for the end sig. Bomb! Nearly endlays him into the bomb, but Lance doesn't end up taking that damage, and Lance down airs near a mine. TB tries to get in, but the nair will hit him. Reverse side sig will do it. Lance takes
takes it! Yeah! Go Lance.
4.
So that's 2-2, right?
That is 2-2. Moving
Nice.
on to game 5.
Sorry about that. I am fine now, though. So Lanz takes game 4, and this is a very exciting series as we're going to go to game 5. TB, unrelenting, going to stick with core. Lanz actually banning Twilight and ship. Alright, so TB has to decide what he's going to win on. I mean, play on.
Wait, what? TV.
That was actually just an honest slip. I didn't even mean to be
gosh. Right as LDC is saying Orange Bee not biased at all in the chat. Jeez.
Oh man.
TB sticking
Yo, what
with
can
core
I say, dude?
all
I like
the way
Lanz.
through.
He's my third favorite EU player.
Third favorite. Next time we hear it's gonna be fourth favorite.
3,
Next
2,
week. Hi, I like Lance. He's like my 13th favorite EU player. TB recovery comes out. Down air as well. Ooh, but TB gets the recovery into Nair. Now he has the gauntlets in hand. This is what Lance is most scared of. Is he gets that Nair, but doesn't get any follow up, and a down two comes out. Lance trying to read him, trying to get back onto the stage, and
Okay, a little sort of a throw combo, but Lance continues to get hit by almost every single one of these side light combos, and it really hurts the amount of damage he's taking because of it.
Downer comes out. Down. Once again, TB punishes with an end late, and Lance is not getting any damage off. His TB's not really even going for strings anymore. He's just kind of going for a hit and run. But there's the string as I'm talking about it. Nice side late into Nair. Lance doesn't dodge out of it, and he gets a side sig.
The side sig, yeah. Wow, that was a crazy good stock for TB. He took barely any damage, and Lance is looking really bad now.
Bomb toss comes out. TB tries to get in with that side light. Gets the side light, then there, the down air. Lance dodges onto the stage, but he should have dodged out of the way of that side air. And nice side air comes in as Lance goes in for that side air of his own, but he's down a stock. He's down a complete stock as TB tries to go in for that side air once again. The Nair would have connected with the weapon toss, and TB dodges the mine. Mine on hand, trying to get that end light into the mine. Ooh, Scoop saves TB almost from the side lighting into that mine, and he's looking for the kill here.
Lanz trying to pull this game back from the ditches, but he is still pretty far behind. even if he gets this kill right now, TB is looking pretty good.
Down
He gets
C
the
does
kill,
it.
which is what he needed. But he is in mid-orange. We'll see how TB reacts. He doesn't have any weapon right now.
Ooh, TB gets hit by a nice weapon toss combo from Lanz, and Lanz tosses his hammer into his face. TB played with that spike for quite a bit, and a Nair will put Lanz in the kill percentage. He's got the gauntlets. Ground pound comes out, but Lanz says, I don't want anything to do with that. Recovers on the other side of the map. Nearly goes over once again, and TB misses that. Well, doesn't miss the ground pound, but just uses it for coverage. Lanz dodges out of the way of that side sig. Has the Lance in hand, tries to go for an end late, gets punished by a side lane, and TB tries to finish the stock off with a Nair.
Side light coming in. Lanz is so close to death, and he hasn't really been able to do much this stock. Well, actually, he's gotten the kill, I guess, but he really wants to put some more damage back on. And there, he finds some. 2 weapon throws and a neutral light. Looks for more, and wow. Lanz picks the Lance up that would have saved him. That recovery would have sent TB into the weapon throw if Lanz didn't pick it up.
Unfortunate, because that is definitely what TB likes to KO with on gauntlets. Side light into recovery, and people are not dodging out of that, and that works out as TB tosses the hammer aside.
Which is
sticks to the
funny.
gauntlets.
It's way easier to dodge out of side light recovery than side light Nair.
Yeah.
Because it's a 4-frame dodge gap, which means you have 7 to 8 frames to dodge out of it.
Lance putting out down airs over and over again. Lance, TB in the orange, but putting on damage on Lance and taking this lead out of the way. Tries to go for weapon toss, but the downer stops it. Down sig prevents TB from approaching. That massive hitbox being thrown out, and Lance goes for a charged end sig, and TB easily punishes that with a side air.
Man.
Another side air comes out, and Lance has been brought into kill percent essentially. Goes for that slide charge down sig. Recovery comes out. Lance is looking like he's going to be dropped into loser's bracket here in a little bit as TB makes his way to Grands with only his core. And one Notori game as he gets a side light into Nair. Goes from that side and double do it.
No, Lanz. Goodbye, sweet prince.
The Orange B bias has been
I'm
dealt
definitely
with.
not biased. I don't